The knock on my $34 million front door sounded like a warning shot made of manners. Tap, 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 metal against glass. 3 minutes later, the HOA president was ordering me out of my own house, completely unaware that the gate she drove through every day technically belonged to me. I was standing in the foyer with drywall dust on my jeans and a pencil tucked behind my ear when the door opened to 3 people. A security guard in a navy jacket, a thin man holding a tablet, and Margaret Ellison, the HOA president. Silver blonde hair under a cream scarf. Red nails still curled around the metal pin she'd used to tap my glass. Her eyes scanned me. Dusty boots, paint-stained sleeve, and her expression tightened like I was a problem someone on staff had failed to handle. Who authorized you to be inside this residence? I didn't answer right away. Outside, my truck sat near the fountain. A 10-year-old Ford with ladders strapped to the rack, completely out of place among the German cars and golf carts of Seacliff Point. The truck had fooled her. The boots had fooled her. The dust finished the job. My name is Bennett Hayes, 41, real estate investor, former framing carpenter, and the legal owner of this house. She didn't know that yet. Or maybe she just thought ownership came with a dress code. We received a report of unauthorized labor entering the property outside approved hours. Margaret said sharply, all workers must be cleared to the gate and supervised by the owner. I looked at her. Are you ordering me to leave my own house? Her gaze flicked to the guard, then back to me. Yes, you need to vacate until the real owner can be contacted. The real owner. The words landed ugly and clean. My phone was already recording from the workbench behind me. Another camera above the chandelier had a perfect angle. A third blinked blue in the corner. She thought she found someone who didn't belong. What she actually found was a man on the deed, and the road her HOA used every single morning. I stepped back just enough to keep all 3 of them in frame, right where the cameras could see everything. Margaret mistook the silence for uncertainty. People like her usually do. She crossed the threshold anyway, like confidence counted as permission. The guard followed halfway in before stopping, eyes flicking up to the ceiling camera. He'd noticed. The tablet man kept typing, turning suspicion into a record. Margaret pulled a printed notice from her folder. Temporary removal from community property pending owner verification. My name was already on the trust documents, the insurance binder, the permits, the closing file sitting down the hall. She had printed removal paperwork before asking a single question. Homeowners Association Authority, she continued. Community safety protocol. Gate security procedure. Big words. No legal citation. No warrant. No phone call. I turned to the guard. Who logged my entry this morning? He checked his device. You entered at 5:42. Contractor access code. Margaret smiled slightly. And who issued that code? His expression changed. Owner portal. Primary account. Silence shifted in the room. The system she trusted had already identified me before she ever did. Margaret recovered quickly. Owner portal access can be issued to contractors. That doesn't establish ownership. Did you call the listed owner before entering my house? I asked. We're doing that now. No, I said. You're already inside. The guard dialed. My phone rang on the workbench, vibrating against a roll of painter's tape. I picked it up and turned it toward her. Hayes Coastal Trust, primary owner contact. My name, my number. No one moved. The dehumidifier upstairs clicked off, like even the house was listening. Margaret stared at the screen, not embarrassed, calculating. She wasn't asking if she was wrong. She was asking how much of this was already documented. You confirmed owner contact. I said, are you still ordering me to leave? This is highly irregular, she replied. Ownership through a trust requires verification through proper channels. First correct thing she'd said. 10 minutes too late. I set a black closing binder on the table. Trust certificate, grant deed, title policy, permits, parcel map marked in red. I opened it just enough for the cameras to catch every page. The guard leaned in, read my name, and stepped back out of the foyer. First one to choose the property line over authority. The tablet man finally spoke. Arthur Bell, HOA treasurer. Did the board authorize entry into my residence? I asked. He glanced at Margaret. We're responding to a security concern. Margaret tried again. Residents here expect discretion. Unregistered vehicles, unauthorized workers. It affects the entire neighborhood. Even now, after the gate logs, after the call, after the deed, she still couldn't say it. She just changed trespassing owner into inconvenient owner. Margaret, I said, you entered my house, ordered me to leave it, and brought security because my truck didn't match your expectations. She opened her mouth. I raised a hand. Before you answer, every camera in this foyer records audio. That stopped her. She backed out onto the porch like it was her idea. I closed the door slowly. The latch sounded final. Then I saved everything. Footage, audio, gate logs, notices, and I called my attorney. Did she order you out? Laura asked. Yes, on camera. Send everything, especially the title map, because that map was the part Margaret didn't know existed. The entrance road, the gate, the turnaround. Everything the HOA used sat on a slice of my parcel under an expired agreement they never renewed. They had just kept using it and hoped nobody would read the file. By afternoon, legal notices went out. Unauthorized entry, attempted removal of a lawful owner, preservation of all logs and footage. For the first time since that knock on my door, the paperwork under Seacliff Point was pointing back at them. By evening, the messages started. Management wanted clarification. Security wanted patience. Margaret said nothing. The next morning, new gate rules appeared. Ownership verification required. No exceptions. And suddenly, the same gate Margaret used to control became evidence. Borrowed power always feels permanent until someone reads the deed.